Good day, this is Ewebtutor tutorial. We want to talk about the PHP scripts. Under this PHP script, we have 4 different types of scripts that we've already designed and we believe it will be up to your use. The first one is the contact form, and this is the type of contact form that you see in a lot of website, a lot of contacts us page of a lot of website out there. Example is Ewebtutor contact us. Let's go to Ewebtutor. So you will discover that once you click on contact us, a form is going to populate. Can you see this form now? So this is an example of a contact us form, and this form, what we are going to teach you now is we are going to teach you how to create this form. But note one thing, there's something we have to note. When any user supply his or her information in this form and click on send message, there are different ways in which the information Ewebtutor can receive the information sent from this contact us form. The first one is Ewebtutor can receive it in their database. The second method is Ewebtutor can receive it in their email address. And the third method is Ewebtutor can receive it in form of a text message alert. So whenever you create a contact us page inside your website, you have to choose between these 3 how you want to receive the information sent by your user, whether you want to receive it via the text message, via the email address, or via the database. But under the text message aspect, tutorial aspect, you are going to learn that when it comes to the SMS parts. Under PHP, we are still going to talk about the SMS parts. But for now, the contact us page that we are trying to create a contact us page that sends message to the owner of that website via email address. So every details that you collect with this form, once the user click on send message, automatically everything is going to send via the email. It will send through email address to the Ewebtutor administrator. So what I'm just trying to say in essence is that whenever a user fill this form now, automatically Ewebtutor is going to receive this message that the user sent via their email address. So how can you create this thing that send message to email address is what we are trying to talk about right now. So we've already written the scripts. This is contact us script. You've already written the scripts. All you need to do is follow the instruction. Is either you read the instruction yourself and practice it, or you follow us as we are installing it. To install it, the first thing you need to do, you can also follow the manual, the installation manual. All these scripts, each of these scripts has an installation manual. But since this is a video, we are going to practicalize everything for you, so that we don't need to follow the installation manual. But assuming you are not watching this video, the best method to install this script is to follow this installation manual. So for now, the first thing we need to do is we have to get this contact.php. We have to get it to our server. How are we going to do that? It's very simple. All you need to do is go to your FTP, log into your FTP account using your username, and go directly to your www directory. So when you get there, note under the PHP tutorial, whether in your CD or maybe you go to the PHP section in Ewebtutor, you are going to have access to the PHP scripts. So under the PHP scripts, the 4 different scripts that we have is there. So right now, all you need to do is just select the because we are trying to talk about the contact us now. Just select the contact. Can you see? Then you will know that you note one thing, the contact is inside the zip. So we want to upload this contact script. We want to upload it to the server. All we need to do is we have to click on unzip and upload, because the contact file is in form of zip. So we have to click on what? Unzip and upload, whether we are using a mobile phone or a system. So this is PHP script. Then I'll just choose the contact.zip. Can you see? The reason we can't use upload is because it's not ordinary file. Is a zip file. That's why we have to use the unzip and upload. So once I click OK like this, I have to wait for some time. Can you see? You will discover that the reason that we have 2 files there, you will discover that inside the zip contacts, how many files do you have there? You have the contact.php and you also have the install instruction. and that is what you have here now. So right now we have also successfully uploaded our contact.php and the install instruction.txt onto our server. So the next thing we have to do is to run our app. But before we run our app, we need to install this contact.php, because there are some things we have to edit inside it for the first time, and there are some things we have to edit inside it. So how do we do this? All you need to do is open inside your www directory, open your contact.php in the text editor. If for all these things I'm talking about is inside this manual, look at this manual now. They first explain what the contacts or script, what it does. So later they say that to install it, you have to change the line 33 where you see the variable web owner email. Put your email address there. So that means as the owner, as the web administrator, as the owner of these sites, you want a situation where whenever a user filled your contact us form, you want a message to be sent directly to your email. So the email that will receive the message is what is going to be here. So let's go to line 33 now. Line 33. Can you see? This is where we see the web owner email. So the email that is going to receive the message, we are going to put it here. So for this test now, for this example now, the email I want to be receiving, so any message that any user that sent a message through my contact us form, the message will be going to this email address, olakoicomplain@gmail.com. This is the email address that the message will be going. So if you are doing your own for your site, input your email address here, so that whenever a user uses your contact us form, their message or their request is going to go directly to your email address. So after this, then what other things do you have to change? Okay, we said web owner email from what is here. We ask you to change it. For an example, you change it to this place. So we now say once you change it to the email, which I've already changed, all message coming from your customer will go directly to this email. So that's the only thing I need to do to install the scripts. But now note one thing. This script contains a contact us form, and that contact us form has how many feed? It has the email feed. That's it. This email now is not your own email address. The email that you are seeing here is the email of the user that is contacting you. The form is going to ask for his email address. The form will ask for the subject of the request that is trying to make, and it's going to ask for his message. So all this information now, once the user click on submit, look at what happened. What happened is this. All this now is just to check whether the email that the user enter is to check whether the email the user enter, whether it is valid, it is valid or not. If it is valid, it will go to the next step, but if not, it will give an error false. So if it is valid, the next thing that will happen is the message is going to enter as it's going to enter the email that you supply there. The message is going to enter the email that you supply here. But note what happen when you send the message. When the user click on submit button and it send the message, the success message that is going to receive is what? Thank you for using our mail form. So you can edit this success message to anything you like. But just note, once the user, this success message is a message that is being displayed, that is being prompted whenever a user, whenever it successfully submits your contact us form. Once the user submit the contact us form, after the message that is sent, after it's sent to your email, this is what send the message to your email. The mail function. Mail is one that connects to your email address and send the subject, the message, and the email of that particular user to your email address. So once it sends it directly to your email address, then you are going to receive a success message that is going to prompt thank you for using our mail form. So if not the user is going to receive this message. You are going to receive the message, whatever the user type. We have said that whatever the user's type is equals to $_request message. So whatever the user type is your $message. So you are going to receive the $message, which is what's the user type. You are going to receive it inside your email box. But whenever the user click on submit button, the user is going to see a success message, what? Thank you for using our mail form. So you can edit this thing in case you want your user to be seeing a different success message, then you can edit this. So that's just all about what is there. So for theoretical knowledge, you can just search this kind of maybe email contact us form. You can search it in Google. Then Google is going to really give you a lot of description. But for now, this is how you do it. So let's run this and see what's happened. So let's save this. So we've already installed it. We've already correct all the things that is inside the manual. We've already used it to correct it. So we believe by the time we run it, it's going to work. So the name of the file is your contact.php. So let me go to my site. Contact.php. So now let's say I'm a user that want to submit this form for the first time. But note one thing, inside this submit query, I believe you know how you can change this into send message, send anything. All you just need to do is under the code of the submit button, change the value. It's because it does not have value, that's why you see submit query there. You have not set any value for it. So if you want to change that, all you need to do is under the input type submit, just add value. So the value can be send message now or anything, send message now or anything. So once you add this now and you refresh this page, automatically you have to send message now. The reason you are seeing submit query there before is because you have not added a value. So right now I want to contact Ewebtutor because this is their contact us file. I want to contact them, or a user wants to contact you. All the user need to do is, so if the user will first type his own email address, he will type the subject of his contact, inquiry. Then he will type the message, I want to know more about Ewebtutor. So once you finish typing his message, all you need to do is what? Is send message now. Automatically you receive the message, what? Thank you for using our what? Thank you for using our mail file. Because that is success message that you have already input inside your contact.php. So whenever a user sends a message successfully, automatically the user is going to see the success message. So what now happened? What happened is that the message that the user sent, immediately you click on submit now. This is a success message. Immediately you click on immediately the user click on that send message now, automatically that message has go inside the what? Has been posted, has been sent to the email address that you enter here. The email address, this is the web owner email address. The message has been directly sent to the web owner email address. So if you want to see the message that this user sent right now, all we need to do is what? I have to open my email address. So that is why whenever you use an email address, make sure you are checking that email address every time, so that as users are sending it, you are receiving their message. Because if a user send message today now, and maybe your contact phone, you told them that you'll be contacting them in 24 hours, and maybe it takes you maybe 5 days to read your inbox. Maybe you read it today now, it now take you another 5 days to read your inbox. That means all the people that have already sent it there, you won't see it and you can't reply them. So make sure you are checking your inbox every time, because whenever a user send a message, the message is going to send directly to the what? To the web owner email that you set. So right now this is the web owner email that I set. All I need to do is what? I will open this email. So it's my Gmail. So once I open my Gmail, I should be able to see the message that the user sent. So once I will be able to open my Gmail, so if I didn't see it inside my inbox, it should be inside the spam, either of the two. If it's not inside the inbox, like right now it's not inside the inbox, it should be inside the spam. But there's something I want you to understand. If it's not inside the inbox now, it's not inside the inbox, but it should be inside the spam. But there is something I want you to understand. Spam. But there is something I want you to understand. There are sometimes that whenever somebody uses your contact form, it's not immediately that the person uses your contact form that the message will be sent directly to your what's it called, to your server. There are sometimes that it may take 3 or 4 minutes for your email, for that particular email that you use, for you to get that information. It may take like 2 or 3 minutes or 4 minutes rather. So but all you just need to do is once the person send the message inside the contact us form, what I'm trying to say is that once the person send the message inside the contact us form, it's not immediately that the message pop up in your inbox. It may take a time, but you just have to wait for it. It's taking a lot of time to enter into my Gmail. I don't know, maybe it's just because of network, but let me try another email now. Instead of Gmail, let me try another email, because it's really taking a lot of time to enter. But most times it do take more than up to like 10-20 minutes for the email you send to enter into a particular email, for that the user sent to enter into your email. But just note, in most cases it's always very fast, so I don't know what is happening right now. But let me try to use another email instead of that Gmail. Let me change it to another email, so that we'll try another different email. I mean, I'm not talking about another Gmail email, I'm talking about another email. So right now I will use your email. Before I use olaikoicompany@gmail.com, so I use a Gmail email address, but let me try to use a Yahoo email address now and see what happens. So in case you are trying it, and maybe you are trying it to add a particular email address, and when you fill the form, you submit it, it's not going to that email. Don't be discouraged. It may be that maybe that particular instance the network is not okay. So it's better you try a different email address. If before you try Yahoo, it's better you try Gmail. Or if it's any other email that is out there, you can try it. But in case you are having difficulties, so right now I'm using Gmail before, but right now I want to try my email in Yahoo to see maybe it's going to work. So let me save this. So right now let me refresh my contact us page. So right now you know that whenever I fill this contact form, or whenever my user fill it, where is it going? It's going to my Yahoo mail, because I've set the web owner email to Yahoo mail. So right now let me choose a email address. This is my email. Let's say I'm using this is my user email address. Let's say the user wants to ask about an inquiry. How is all about Ewebtutor tutorial? Please reply me as soon as possible. So this is the email that is sent by my user. So immediately the user click on send now, automatically the user is going to receive a success message. So right now, as a web administrator, by the time I check my email address, I should be able to see the email that the user sent. That is the contacts us inquiry that the user sent. So how will I do this? So note, what did I set as which email did I set as my web owner email? Which email? I think I set Yahoo mail. Okay, that's my Yahoo mail. So let me go to my Yahoo. So if all is well, I should be able to see the email hasn't arrived yet. But I can keep on refreshing, just like I did in Gmail. So I believe if one of them, like the network is not really okay today. The message has arrived. Can you see now? It has arrived. It just arrived right now. So what I'm trying to say in essence that the subject is what is inquiry. Let's go back. This is the message you sent. Email that we sent it, as in the email of the user is Olaiko Company. That is why you discover that it shows Olaiko Company. This is the email of the user, and the subject is inquiry. That's why you see inquiry here, subject inquiry. But when you click on this, automatically the message is going to open. So this is the message you sent. How is all about Ewebtutor tutorial? Please reply me as soon as possible. And that is exactly what is there. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that I'm sorry for the slow in connection. It's my connection that is having a problem. So but when you send it, irrespective of whatever email that you set as a web owner email, the email is going to enter whatever the user writes, whatever the message of the user is going to enter into that email that you set here. So you can set any email. Does not, the reason we use Gmail that is not going right now is because of network. It does not mean that if you use another Gmail email, it does not mean that it will not go. So you can try it. Even I prefer using Gmail for my contact us form than any other email out there, because Gmail is very, very fast in accessing. So I didn't just know what is happening right now. So that's why because of delay. So that's why I decided to use another one. So let me even check it again. Maybe all the message you sent the other time, maybe it has entered. So but I'm still sure to still enter. So but that's just it. So if you try one email address and it's not going, you can change it to the other. It may be network at that particular moment. So that's just about contact us form. So another thing that we are going to talk about in the script, we've explained about contact us. So let's talk about the XMS example 1. XMS is a situation whereby when you go to gmail.com and you fill your registration form, you discover that they will send you a message that just like they will send you a text message that includes your confirmation code. So how did they do this? How did they send this text message, this phone text message from their website, is what we are going to learn right now. And the same thing happens with if you are on maybe WhatsApp and you are trying to create an account with WhatsApp. Automatically they will send a confirmation text message to your cell phone. But you may be wondering that how did they do this? They did it in PHP. So we are going to learn how to do it. So to get started, all you need to do is, the first thing you need to do to get started is you have to find a bulk SMS site. Any bulk SMS site out there is okay. You have to find a bulk SMS site. There are sms1.com. We have a lot of bulk SMS sites. We have sms1.com. We have this. We have sms-clone, sms-clone.com. We have a lot of them. But the one I will use as an example is SMS-clone. All you need to do is you visit www.b.smsclone. Any bulk SMS site out there, you visit www.smsclone for an example. You click on, let me log out. You click on your registration. You click on create accounts. Can you see? It will ask for your name. You input your name. It will ask for your username. You input your username. It will have your email address. You input your email address. That's the first step. Note one thing is that if you want to send a message in your website, you need a bulk SMS site. Even though you will not be coming to this bulk SMS site to send a message, even though it's from your site, but you need what you need them for is their API. But we are still going to explain details. But the first thing is first create an account with sms-clone.com. So your password, you choose a password yourself. I will choose one for myself. I provide the password. If all is well, if you register me. They said this email address is already registered. Sorry, I've already registered before, so I can't register again. But once you register, automatically they will give you already have your username and you already have your password. That is what we need. I've already registered with my email, so I can't register again. So but right now, as if your registration is successful, they can ask you to go to that email address and confirm. I believe you know how to confirm. You can confirm your email address. So if your registration is successful and you confirm your email address from the message they sent to your email, then the next thing is just note your username and note your password. Note your username and also note your password. Note your username and password. So these are the two important things that are important: your username and your password. So right now, after you note your username and password, then you can log into your account. Using your username and password, log into your account. You will discover that you are going to have just 0 units. So the best thing is contact sms-clone.com and know about, or maybe you can even go to their price and payment. you can just pay like 300 naira, but it depends on the amount they are charging. Some SMS charge 1 naira per 1 unit. That is, one SMS that go out of your site, they charge you 1 naira. So for this testing now, this testing of sending SMS on your site, you can just load 200 naira, or you load, but it depends on the site. Some sites may allow minimum payment of 500 naira. Some sites they will allow minimum payment of 1000 naira. So you can't pay anything lesser than that 1000 naira. So depending on the site, but because the person is, you have to know that account, make sure you fund the account. You can go to their payment and price, you get information to know this account, but make sure money is there. Like right now, if you look at my own account, I have like 9,261 units. So that means I can send 9,261 messages from them. So after you finish loading your account, the next thing you need to do is you have to visit your the API. Irrespective of the site you are using, they always have APIs. Just look for the link of API, or if you can't see it, then contact them so that they will tell you where to access their API. So once you click on their API, then you'll be able to access their API. So this is the API that you need in your site. So right now, when you use this API in your site, automatically your site is going to be sending message. It's not going to be redirecting to this page. Your user is not going to see that you are buying your SMS from SMS tool. They are not going to see it. It will just be happening at your background. Your user will not have access to SMS tool, but your user will just be able to, they will have access to your own web page, but they will be thinking that your web page is the one sending the message, but the real message is being sent from your account in SMS tool. So that is why whenever you want to integrate a bulk SMS site on your website, or you want to integrate something, that an application that send message from your site, you have to first get a bulk SMS site, register there, get your username and password, fund the account, then access their API. Just as simple as that. So right now you already understand that. So if we are talking about API in the script you are trying to use now, it will not be familiar, it will not be difficult for you to understand. If you are talking about username and password, it will be difficult. So right now, let's go back to our FTP, our www direction. The first one we are going to try is the SMS example 1. It's also a zip, so we need to unzip and upload. So how do we do that? You go to unzip and upload, you click on browse SMS1. So you see, discover that a SMS1 example contain what? SMS and what? Install introduction. Only 2 files. The 2 files has been successfully uploaded. So right now, sms.php, so let's access it. But before we access it, let's first open sms.php and learn how to install it. So we will open sms.php. For my system, I can just open the install instruction directly, so that I'm going to learn how to install it. So how did I install it? They've already explained what this SMS does. They said is used in sending a text message from your site to your web user. So right now, to install, what did I have to follow? The first thing I have to follow is on line 14 under the phone. I have to change it to the recipient phone number. That is the person that is receiving that message, the phone number of the person that is receiving the message, and to be this structure. So on line 14, I have to look for line 14. This is line 14. So the person that is using that is receiving the message as an alert, what's his number? I will put it there. So right now, if I load this now, automatically the person with this mobile number is going to receive an alert, is going to receive a text message. So the number will be here. That's the first thing. Then on line 15, under the message that I want to send to that person must be there. So I can send a message that I just want to greet you. But note one thing, message is charged by characters, 160 characters. 160 character make a page. So 160 letter, it means a page. So if you type more than 160 letter inside this message now, automatically it will turn to 2 pages. So 160 represents one page. So make sure that your message is not up to 160 characters, so that it will not enter the 2 pages. There are sometimes that you want to send the message to a person. For example, this number, you want to send message to this number, that you will discover that it will be like 3, 4, 5 pages. It depends on you. But whatever page it is, whatever page, you need to send a message with a page. Note that in your SMS API that we are using, in when you log into your account, you'll discover that one page SMS have been detected. Although your user is not going to have access to this SMS clone, but you know that you are using their API. So right now, the message you want to send will be here. Then what other line? Line 16, the API username. So the API username means after you register an SMS clone, the username they gave you. So we are going to input it here. The username they gave you, we are going to input it here. So the next one is what? The SMS password, the API password, the password that you choose when you are registering. You know, when you are registering, you choose a username, you choose a password in your registration form. So the username and the password that you use there, the password that you use there, then you are going to put it here. You are going to put it here, whatever the password is. Then the sender represents what? Look at it. The sender name, the name that appear. So whenever you see the text message, you used to see it, there will be an header that will tell you that okay, it's Olaide that sent this message, it's Boot that sent the message. That header, so whatever you want to appear in that header is what you put under the sender. So like right now I want Ewebtutor to appear, so under my sender I will just put Ewebtutor. So the sender here. So the last thing you have to edit is what? Is line 23 and 24. So they say you replace the API with the real API format of the bulk SMS site. So normally the bulk SMS site that we are using is this, and this is their API. This is their API. So I have to replace this API with the bulk SMS site that I'm using. So normally the first thing you have to do is you have to look at it, this line 23 and line 24. This line 23 and this line 24. So normally the API that is here before is the API of smsandme.com. It's another bulk SMS site. Is the API of smsandme.com. But right now we are trying to use the API of smsclone.com. We are not using the bulk SMS site of smsandme.com. We are using the smsclone.com. So right now what we need to do is what? You will discover that this API now from line 23 it starts from http smsandme.com/SMS API. Then after this thing you have a question mark. So right now in this line 23 now you have to copy the link. You have to copy the link of the API before the question mark. You have to copy the link of the API before the question mark. So right now what will I do? I will copy the link. So once I get here now, before this question mark, I will copy it. That's with my line 23. I'll paste it here. So my line 24 will start from the question mark up to the end of it. My line 24 will start from this question mark. Can you see? From the question mark up to the end of my API. So I'll copy this. It will start from here up to the end of my API. So right now you need to change some things here. Username is already username that they use in the API. You need to change that. But whatever in front of the username, what is your username? Your username before this and represents one thing from the other. Anything you see and inside the API, anytime you see and inside API, and represents a particular detail from another one. So whenever you want to edit, don't remove this and represent that username is separate from password. So whatever that is in front of username is the username of that user. So in my own example now, my username is what? My username, it means what? My API username. Username is the same thing as my API username. Don't edit this username. It will always be there. Leave whatever they put there. But anything after is equals to is what you need to edit. Anything that is inside the API before is equals to, you don't edit them. But anything after the is equals to is what you edit, and you have to edit it before the and. We are not editing the and with it. So right now the username represents our API username, but note here you have said that our API username is equals to $API username. Then you have put your username inside this place, inside this box you are looking at. You put your username there. So right now, instead of writing your username here again, since you have already updated your username here, all you just need to do is just copy this $API username. Copy it to your username before and, before is equals to and, before and, as after is equals to and, Can you see? So your password now is the same thing as your API password. We've already put our API password here, so all we need to do is we have to copy this thing. You don't have to enter this thing again inside this space. It's a waste of time because you have already declared a variable to store it. So just use the variable directly. API. Can you see? Then we have the sender. We've already said the sender, whatever the sender is equals to what? $sender. Just copy this $sender. Then all these arts, you don't need them. So note what we are doing is what after is equals to and before what, before the and symbol. Recipient, we have also recipient, but note our recipient is what? Our recipient is the person that is receiving it. That's the destination of that message. So right now our recipient now is what? We have said our phone number. We said our variable phone number is equals to the person that is receiving it, which is the recipient. And we have said our destination is equals to what? Is equals to the phone number. So that means when you say destination, you are still referring to the number that you are trying to send it to. So instead of writing the $destination, you can also write 0816, write the number directly. But it's a waste of time because you have already stored this number to $phone, and $phone you have stored it again to $destination. So just copy $destination, paste it there, and the last one is your message. So your message, the message that the person types here, I want to greet you, you store it to $message, and $message you have stored it to $message again. So all you just need to do is just copy this $message and paste it here, $message. So $message is the end of the API. So right now, if all this correction is real, I'm not wanting, what you just have to note is your API username must be corresponds to the API username that you register in your SMS clone. The password must be correspond to it. The sender must be equal to the sender that you put here, and the recipient must be equal to your destination and the message you also. So everything that is here before is equals to, they are not changing. Is as it comes from your API. They are not changing. But whatever value that those things has after this is equals to and before this and whatever value is what is changing, and that is what you are editing. So if all is well, by the time you send this message now, by the time you run this file sms.php, you should be able to receive an alert, provided that you have already load your account. Make sure you fund the account first. Fund the account in the SMS company you are using. Fund it first. Then once you fund it and you load this sms.php, automatically the message is going to go directly to the number you want to send it to. So let's save this and run this. But there are something you have to understand inside the script is that we send the message, but we haven't write any success message inside it. After it's finished sending the message, we haven't asked it to write any success message. So I can add that. I can say echo. If all is well, if I send it, let me just say send message successfully, so that the user is going to see by the time you run sms.php, automatically you are going to see send message successfully. So because before the message will go, but you won't see any success message indicating that the message has been sent. So right now the name of the file is sms.php, so let's run it. sms.php. If all is well, you receive the alert. So if all is well, the alert should enter. So you should receive the alert. So and when you go to your, if all is well, you should receive the alert. But when you go to your, like right now, the message you send right now, by the time we log into my account and I go to send message, I log into my SMS clone and I click on send message, automatically the message, the record of the message I sent from my site will have populated in SMS clone. So that means if you are using it, you can go to the SMS clone and click on send message. You will see the list of people you have sent message to. But right now, the reason you know because my phone is beside the speaker I'm using right now. My phone is beside the microphone I'm using right now. The you're supposed to see you to hear an alert when I run the sms.php. But the reason you didn't hear the alert is because I haven't put in my username and password, the correct username and password here. So but right now I'm going to change the correct username and password, but I will not show you. So I will not show you that. I will skip that part because I don't want you to have my username and password. But if you create your own account with your username and password, and you fund your account with the username and password, if you use it here, username and password, if you use it here, automatically the message you will send, you are going to receive the alert on this mobile phone. So right now let me change my username and password and save it so that you will see it. So right now I've saved it. So let me just refresh this page so that the message will be sent again. So let's see what happened. It has sent. So I should be able to receive. Can you hear? So that's the alert on my phone. I've received the alert now. The alert has been successfully sent. So by the time I go to my sent message, when you log into your you know you are the only one that is having access to smsclone.com. Your user does not know. Can you see when they run this code, when they submit, they click on send sms.php and they send it. Did they see anything SMS clone? They will see it. But you know where you get the API from. So to be able to know the number of people that have received message per day, all you need to do is just click on the send message. Automatically I have to log in first. So once I log into my account and I click on send message, automatically the message I send right now, I should be able to see the record. So I'm trying to show you the record now. Can you see? This is the record. Can you see? Ewebtutor. I just send it now. So let's read the message. Let me just click here so that you will read the message. Look at the message. Is it not the message you sent? I just want to greet you. It's the message you sent. So right now a record of that message has been stored inside SMS clone. So for future purpose I can always come here. And that is what happens with Gmail. Whenever Gmail send a confirmation code to you in the SMS company that they are using, the message is already stored there. So later they can review it that have I sent message to this person, and be able to know, okay, the person that has received the message, the person has not received the message. You will discover that the channel that I used to send the message is what is API, because I send it from another site. That's why I say the channel is from API. But if I send the message directly from the SMS clone, you know, I can also send it from this bulk SMS company. If I send it directly, this channel will not be API to another thing. But because I send it from another side, that's why you see API there. So in case you now want to send the message to another person, all you need to do is go back to your sms.php and edit the phone. That is, you edit line 14. You edit the phone to another person's phone number, then it will go to there. So, but right now, this program only run once we click on sms.php and we run it. It only run directly. But what happens if we don't want to be editing the code every time to be changing the number? What happens if we want to use a form, and whatever the number we put inside the form to send message to the person? And that is what happens in registration form. Registration form, even in Gmail, your mobile number, they will first ask for it. Once you click on submit button like this, the message you've already pre-composed will be automatically sent to the mobile number that you entered. So how can we achieve this? So we can achieve it on what? On SMS example 2. Because this SMS example 1 is only the number from the source code. The number that you have placed inside your SMS.php is what it will be sent to. But under if we use the SMS example 2, it will create a form, a registration form, and a registration form, it will ask for the user number. Once the user input his number, once it click on send now, automatically a message that is already composed will be sent to that user at that particular time to his mobile number, and you will see the record in your send message under your send message in your SMS code. That is the side that you are using. So the same thing happens. So let's try this now. So let's go back to our file list and upload our SMS example 2.php. So let's click on upload. Hey, sorry, I click on upload instead of clicking on unzip and upload. Unzip and upload. So
it will upload too fast. But no, SMS upload is already there before, but it will override the one that is there before. So, and right now we have installed. So that one also have an installation instruction. That's the way you install it. So to get that, I can just open my installation instruction. So what I need to edit is not much. So the same thing that you need to edit here, you've already edited it that time. But the only thing is just difference that is there before that one is that instead of phone number, instead of you to edit the phone number, to type the phone number will be gotten from the form that the person fills. And the same thing happens to the message. It will be gotten from the form that the person fills. And the same thing happens to the sender, the person that is sending the message. It will be gotten from the form that the person is filling. So the sender also will be getting the sender ID. So but the only thing you need to edit is what is line 16, which is your API username. I won't just put your username here. I won't put it now because I don't want you to see it. And the next thing is line 17, your API password. Put in your password here. That's the next thing. And the next thing is line 23 and line 24. So line 23 contains your what? Your API before question mark. And line 24 contains your API after question mark. I believe I've already explained how to do this to you, so I can redo it again. All I need to do is go to my API, then I copy this, I put it here before semicolon, so then after semicolon, question mark, I copy this. I will fast because I believe I've already explained this in the previous example, so no need to be wasting my time again. So right now my username will now be what? Bella API username. Bella API username. My password will now be what? Bella API password. My sender ID. Sender will now be what? Bella sender. Recipient will be what? Bella destination. I hope you don't forget that. Bella destination. And I told you all these things are here, you don't need to change them. And the message will be Bella message. So if all is well, if you have input your API username, API password, and this API is equals to the API means application program interface. If this application program interface to connect to your SMS clone website, if everything is fixed and you send the message, you will see text message sent successfully as a success message. This one has success message, but the other script does not have success message, so you can input that yourself, and I've did it in the example. So right now, if all is well, you should be able to log in. But I'm going to click on save right now. But before I click save right now, I'm going to edit my username and password so that you will see. I will edit it separately and I'll click on save. So once you edit it yourself and you load your account, if money is in your account, the message will be sent. So I've edited it and I've saved. So the next thing is, I've edited. So the next thing is to go and run this thing. So if I run it, a form will populate. Can you see a form that says login? But normally I should change whatever is here, but I believe you can change that yourself from the script sms.php. You can change that. So the person that is receiving this message, what is this number? Then you put his number there. The name that you want to appear, SMS. I want SMS to appear. So the message I want the person to receive, this person now, the message I want the person to receive, then I'll put it here. But there is a problem here. This is password instead of message. It's supposed to be displaying password. So to do that, before we run this code now, let's go and change that very fast. So let's change that very fast. So instead of message supposed to be the one coming here, message. So we just change this text to message. And once everything is well, then you will save. Then if all is well, you are going to save. Then after you save, let's refresh this page back. So the mobile number that we want to receive message, the sender ID, the person that is sending it, his name, and the message should be here. So I'm enjoying this tutorial because it is the best. So this is the message I want to receive. I want this person to receive on his mobile number. So by the time I click on send now, the alert should enter. hear the alert message. At least there's no way you can see my phone right now. At least you will see the message. But if everything is according to the way I said it, you load your account, you register, you load your account, and you use your API, and everything is work according to the way it is, you yourself should receive the alert. But there's something I want you to understand right now, is that in case you now do it and at the end of the day you're having problem, mistakes you make, and you yourself you don't know, the best thing is under our contact form, just send us the code, your code, that is how you the edit version of sms.php that you have edited with your username. Send us, so that by the time you send us using our contact form, by the time you send us, we'll be able to go through your code and we'll be able to look at the problem, and we'll be able to identify the problem and correct the problem, so that we'll be able to contact you and let you know, notify you what the problem is really is, so that for next time you will not make that kind of mistake. So just use our contact form to contact us, send the code back to us, then we'll be able to correct the code for you in case you make mistake, because the script is perfect, it's tested okay. So if all is well, so once I click on send message, you should be able to receive an alert. So if all is well, except there is a mistake, the alert should be able to enter. So the alert will enter. I believe you can hear that now. So that's the alert. So once we go to our API, then we should be able to see the message. So you should be able to see the message. So once I click here now, you can see SMS. Can you see SMS as sender number? This is the message. So, and the channel is from the API. So it's just as simple as that. So the last one is a upload. So upload is just when you want to upload, you want to create something like an upload, upload pictures to the server, and that is what Facebook use whenever you want to upload your profile. From your system you upload it to the server, or from anywhere, your devices, you upload it. And when you want to do this kind of thing, how is it being done? So we are going to make use of the upload scripts. So the first thing we have to do is get the upload script to our server, or zip and upload, because it's zipper. So if all is well, you have the upload.php and the installation instruction. So let me just open the installation instruction so that I'll just guide you through. So this is the work of the upload. So to run it, all you need to do is to install it. Create a folder called upload in your server. Make sure that the upload is what? Upload. Let it be a small letter. Create a folder called upload in your server. The first thing we have to do is to create a folder called upload in our server before we run the script. So I will create a new directory. Folder means directory. Upload. Then after that time, what happens? That's the end. But in case you don't want to create a folder, as in you don't want to use upload, in case you want to create another folder name, all you need to do is create another folder name, but open notepad.php, open upload.php. That is the upload that we upload to the server, as in the file we just upload right now. Open it, and wherever you see upload slash, change it to whatever name you use. You can change it to whatever name. If the name you use is, maybe if the folder name that you created is my picture folder, then wherever you see upload inside the upload.php file, change it to my picture folder. But right now, under the upload.php, everything that is there is upload slash. So that is why we create upload folder. So the only thing you need to install this script is to create a folder called what? Upload. But in case you don't want to use folder upload in your server, you want to use any other name, create the folder name, create it with that name, and open upload.php. Wherever you see upload, then change it to that folder name. Just as simple as that. But for in this example now, the folder we are going to create is what? Is upload. So we have created upload folder. The folder doesn't want to be created with mobile FTP, so I'm going to use Vicilla. I've already installed Vicilla. I believe in the HTML post on tutorial you will learn how to get the download link of Vicezilla, how to install the Vicezilla. So right now I've launched my Vicezilla. I have logged into my Vicezilla. I've logged into my server. This is the IP address. My username is Margaret. My password is here, and I've put the port is always 21. I have connect. So I go to my public_HTML or your www directory, anyone. Then right now I left click. Then I click on create directory, because directory is the same thing as folder, because that OP does not want to create automatically in my mobile FTP. So I would decide to create it. I decide to create it in my other FTP. The FTP is FTP, but there are sometimes that mobile FTP is always limited. So that's why I make use of the Vicezilla. So okay, can you see this is the upload folder? I've successfully created the upload folder. Nothing is inside it. So right now, once I refresh this mobile FTP, the upload folder should have gotten there. Can you see? Upload folder is already there now. So that's the only thing. So that's the only thing I need to create in order to install the script. So the next thing is to run that upload.php. So to run that upload.php, all I need to do is go to my site, click on upload.php. If all is well, can you see? It gives me a upload button. So whatever file I want to upload, let me just look for the file. Let me say I want to upload. What can I upload? Let me upload this picture. This is the picture I want to upload. So picture ewebtutor.jpg. Once I click on submit, automatically you are going to see the information of this picture. Can you see? The picture name is picture ewebtutor.jpg. The type is image, is a JPEG image. What's the size? This is size. It will go to this temp folder, then install the what? Your upload.slide. The reason we create upload folder.
So the reason we create the upload folder is because we want anything we upload here, we want it to be stored inside that folder. So that's why I'm telling you that if you don't want it to be stored inside the upload folder, create a folder with another name. Then create a folder with another name. Then whenever you click on upload button, then you will be uploading to you will now open your upload.php. You open it, the source code. So wherever you see the upload slash, then change it to whatever name that you have created, the new folder you have created, change it to that name. As simple as that. So right now, these are our information. The information we just uploaded. These are so let me upload another information again. Let me upload another files again. Let me upload this one s dot. So if all is well, so if all is well, it has uploaded successfully. So you can just open the code, upload.php, open the code. Can you see? This is the code. So the reason you are having this information, all this information upload to storing, is because of this. So if you don't want it to be displaying, you can delete it. And if you want something, you want to customize what will be displaying, then you can use echo to customize it to whatever your taste. But this line of code is what is making it to print out this detail. But there are sometimes that you want to use upload button that you don't want that details to show, so you do it. You can just delete this line of code. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.